Alright, Delinquent Nation, Prison Diaries. We got Cam. What's going on, my bro?
You're right.
Excited to have you on.
Happy to be here.
We're working together, and I know you got a really interesting story, quite an inspirational story, and I'd like you to tell it. So I'm going to dive into your mind. I'm going to pick your mind a bit, dive into your story.
Okay.
And yeah, let's get it, man. So Cam, tell us a bit about life growing up, the foundations of everything. So from when you was a kid, how was the family life? How was the house?
Okay.
How was school life, etc.?
All right. So I grew up in a single parent household. I grew up with my mom, and it's me and my mom and my sister. Family life weren't the best. 1980s Britain.
Yeah.
You know, it was a hard place for black people, I think, at those times.
Word.
And my mom struggled to, I guess, feed her two kids, you know. I guess...
Just to cut you, yeah, because I think a lot of people will be confused. How old are you?
How old am I?
Yeah.
Oh, national TV, yeah. 39, I'm 39.
39, yeah, because a lot of people will be like 1980s, because you don't look 39, do you know what I mean?
Yeah, you
But,
know.
Yeah.
You know what they say.
Come on, my bro. Alright, cool, go on.
So, yeah, I guess myself, young kid, just want to be like all the rest of the kids, right? Do you know what I'm saying? So I didn't know what was going on in the adult world, you know, because kids are very innocent. They don't see racism, prejudice, and all of these things. They just see people, right? So my mom didn't really like me going out, you know, so I'd constantly be breaking the rules going out and, you know, just wanting to be like the rest of the kids, you know what I mean? So
would you say that was when you kind of got onto the roads, like going out, and maybe that's when you got into a habit of breaking rules?
I think even before that, just like the simple things, just wanting to go out and play, you know. I think that kind of put the rebellious aspect into my life, you know.
And you wasn't allowed to really go out like that?
Yeah, so...
How was you disciplined?
Belt.
Yeah.
Pot, the Hoover, like anything that was close to the hand, you know. I feel most black people were disciplined like that growing up.
100%.
So it's not like nowadays, you know. There's not all of these regulations that we have now in place back then. So
just at the back of that, like, what do you think? How do you think that punishment worked? You know,
I think it was more based on fear.
Fear.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So like, how did that affect you? Do you feel like you're content with it, or do you feel like it did have an effect on you?
No, it had an effect on me. It had a bad effect on me. You know, I guess I used to fear my mom like God, I guess, you know. She was militant, trust me. Like, nobody could even knock on my front door, you know. People were shook on my mom.
Yeah.
But, I guess the rebel in me ended up on the street, and I guess the same places where she was trying to protect me from is where I ended up, you know. Yeah. So
it didn't work then?
Nah, it didn't work. Ended up in care at 12.
Okay. How did that come about, if you want to get into that? Or
so I got arrested for street robbery.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, I got arrested for street robbery, and I think the police phoned my mom, and my mom said, I ain't coming to no police station. You're not gonna have to deal with him, you know.
Yeah.
So they put me in a hostel or PRU or one of those those attendant units or whatever it was, man. You know, for young kids.
Yeah.
So I went into there when I was like 12. Children's homes when I was 14.
Yeah.
Got kicked out of care when I was 15.
You got kicked out of care?
Got kicked out of care.
How did that come about?
So me and a couple of the other residents had stayed out all night.
Yeah.
Like you do when you're in children's homes, and we came back first thing in the morning, and I think the manager was trying to get me up to have breakfast, and I threw my hairbrush at the door and told her to piss off.
Yeah.
And I think it smashed the light bulb, and she was like, don't want you here no more. So social services put me in a bed and breakfast.
Oh, word.
Yeah.
By yourself?
By myself, yeah.
How did that make you feel, kind of being responsible for yourself at such a young age?
I guess I was already responsible for myself. I was already doing a lot of badness by then, you know. So I knew how to survive. But I guess there was a feeling of abandonment,
Of course.
you know. I guess abandoned by my mom, ended up in care in the first place, and now even the care systems abandoned me and put me in a bed and breakfast, you know.
Yeah, word.
And just forgot about me at 15. Like, I'm sure you're supposed to get a house at 18. They got a duty of care until you're 18 or something, you know.
Yeah.
But I guess I just disappeared into the system in the paperwork.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like that would have had a big effect on you going to prison in the future, and, you know, your life, going through all of that, already being in systems from a child.
Yeah.
To then, it's kind of part and parcel, innit, kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, what type of things was you doing on the street to like look after yourself and survive?
Mainly it was computer crime.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I grew up in a town called Slough, where I guess in the 90s, computers were just coming out. We had like the biggest trading estate in Europe, like on our doorstep.
Yeah.
And computers were worth thousands of pounds, and they were just dotted around in windows and in cars, and, you know, we just steal them. So
Yeah.
yeah.
So you should just steal computers and sell them.
Yeah.
Okay. And then was you doing anything else?
Yeah, we do some robberies, little bit of fraud.
Yeah.
Yeah, as I got a bit older.
Yeah.
Yeah, I dibbled and dabbled, yeah.
So just anything really to get by.
Yeah.
Okay. So when did you first get arrested? You said you was 12, innit? But like maybe as an adult.
As an adult.
Or maybe a serious arrest and conviction.
I think I went to prison when I was 16.
Oh, that's the first time you went?
First time I went to prison, I went to Felton when I was 16. And then I went to Reading.
What did you go to Felton for, if you don't mind?
Oh dear, can I even remember? Burglary.
Burglary?
Yeah.
Okay.
Commercial burglary.
You went jail for that?
Yeah.
How did that make you feel, like going to prison for the first time, or was it just really normal for you because you've already been in the
Nah,
system?
do you know what? I won't lie. I was a bit shook. You know, because like the youth offending team's telling me you're gonna go prison. They're gonna mess you up in there. You ain't gonna like it. And you know, I think when I did go there, and I came through reception, had my blankets in my hand, I'm walking to a cell, and then I hear my name get called, and it's someone that I know. So straight away I was put at ease, you know.
You seen one of your mates in there?
Yeah, and he told me, you know, where all the man them was, and told me to come there. Give me some tobacco, a couple of zoots under my door, and
Yeah.
so yeah, I kinda, the fear factor disappeared very quickly.
Yeah.
You know, and when I did get on the main unit and there were so many people I knew, it was a bit like a youth centre.
Yeah.
You know, it was just a bit comfortable, I guess. Cause I was in that lifestyle, I knew a lot of people who were going in and out, so I kind of just slid in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. That makes sense. What was because I want to get on to like talking about the main crime, which I think you said was your last crime, innit?
Yeah.
How long ago was that?
2016.
2016.
Yeah.
So 5-6 years ago now.
Yeah.
What was that about? Talk us through that. And before this, you'd been going prison.
Yeah, I've been going prison a lot, but up until I think it was 2016, I'd have been in prison for 13 years. You know, I stayed
Oh,
out.
you stayed out for 13 years?
Yeah, I stayed out for 13 years.
What was your motivation for that? Like what kept you out? Because that's a long time.
I just realised that what I was doing, in the end, only had one outcome. Going back to jail. And I guess I was tired of it. I was going to jail twice a year for so many years, you know. Like always getting nicked straight to jail because I used to jump bail and all, you know what I'm saying? So I just got tired of it, man. Looking over my shoulders constantly.
Yeah.
You know, I just wanted to just chill and just live life.
Word.
So it was funny. It was a police officer. Police officer came to the prison and he was like, you got loads of outstanding cases. Your fingerprints are turned up here, there and everywhere, you know. And he said to me, do some TICs.
TICs, I thought.
Yeah, so I done like 40 something TICs.
40?
Yeah.
Damn.
Commercial burglaries.
Could you explain TICs for the people that don't understand?
So TICs is basically where the police write off your crime because you're helping them to solve the case, and it means that it's taken into consideration.
Yeah.
So you basically put your hands up and say that, yeah, I was involved in these, but you won't get sentenced for them.
Okay.
So I think at that time I had 4.
Is it true that, I'm sorry to cut you, but is it true that, because I know a lot of people that was doing TICs when I was in jail,
Yeah.
Is it true that like they buy you like McDonald's and that while you're out there with them?
Yeah.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, man, it's true.
I think a lot of people go out there for the McDonald's.
Yeah, they do, man. They do, you know, like when you're locked down like that, you know, a little bit of freedom, it goes a long way. So,
you
know, like if it's going to clean you up, stop you from getting gate arrested, because back then, like,
the gate arrest, they don't do that no more, innit?
Yeah, they don't do that no more, but they'd wait until the day you get released and then they'd be waiting you at the gate. Yeah. And they're taking you straight back into custody.
I just need to tell a story on that one quickly, yeah. Because, it was the most horrible thing. This was like high point 2013, yeah. And it was my boy, like, he had been in for about 3 years or something like that. But back then, that kind of seemed like a long time. But he was going home. These times, they didn't tell you that you was going to get gate arrested. So he was so excited, like, he gave away all his stuff, you know, all his stuff. He gave it away, his phone, his stereo, his PlayStation, everything that he had accumulated over years, he gave it away, all his clothes, do you know what I mean? Gave it away. And then he had given us, like, his brother's phone number, so when he gets out, we can contact him through his brother or whatever. And then my man, he gets out, he gets to the gate, and the police are there, and they're like, yeah, we're arresting you for this. And then they took him to like his local, so he didn't even come back to the prison where he gave his stuff away. He had to start all over again on a whole new charge. And I think that's probably why they dropped it out, because I think now they come and interview you way before like you come out or something like that, but then you wouldn't even have a clue. You just getting released, and then the feds will be waiting there to arrest you for something else. Yeah. And then you're back in jail, straight through the court system. That was a horrible thing.
Yeah, I know people have done long sentences back to back like that, you know.
Yeah, that's crazy, man.
Yeah,
that's a bit, that would have broke my heart, man. You know, like I would have been telling, like, I don't know, my girlfriend at the time, like, oh, I'm getting out tomorrow. I'm going to eat this food, you know, probably didn't even sleep that night, you know.
Imagine your kids, if you had kids and stuff, you know.
Yeah.
They've come there to greet you at the gate.
Greet you, yeah.
And now they're watching you getting taken away by the police.
And you can't even really greet them. The feds are just grabbing you, like, which is like, that's a horrible thing. But yeah, sorry, I had to just like cut you there. But what was you saying again?
I think I was talking about some of the
TICs and that.
Yeah, the TICs and that.
Yeah.
So I think on that case, I think I was done for theft of like £500,000 worth of computers or something.
Word.
From 4 burglaries. So I ended up getting 2 years per burglary, concurrent to 4 years, and 40 something TICs taken into consideration. So
you basically had 4 years to do. Okay.
So 2 years out of that.
You spent 2 years.
Yeah, 2 years, 8 out of that.
Wow, that sounds quite lucrative though.
Yeah, so, you know, after that one, I come out and I was like, I'm not going back. It was long. You
Yeah.
know, yeah, that was like my first proper sentence. Before it was just remand and a couple of months here, still getting slap on the wrist, you
Yeah.
know. And yeah, I came out and I just stopped doing anything like that for a long time.
So you wised up basically.
Yeah.
So how did you get to the point 13 years later where you're back in? Like, what was the, I don't know, what was the catalyst for that? Like,
So I moved back from the Caribbean in 2016.
you moved back from
Yeah,
there?
back from the
Oh, so you
Caribbean.
moved
I
over
moved
there?
over there. Yeah, I was living out there for like 4 years.
No way.
It was good until it got bad, and then I was like, "Do you know what am I doing here, man? There's so much opportunity back home. Let me go back and go and build something." And I started working at a construction company. Started doing pretty well there, and there was I think it was an Irish supervisor that was just on to me.
Yeah.
Yeah, on to me, man. And like a couple of times I nearly smacked him up, do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I walked off the job and I told like the project manager, if you don't deal with this guy, I'm gonna put him down, man. Like
Yeah.
he's just picking on me, do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And he said to me, "Don't worry, he's never gonna have nothing to do with you again. Yeah, you don't report to him." And I went back into work and like he come and said something to me and I just lost it, man. Like a couple of men had to jump on me.
Oh, you ended up
I was
rapping
gonna,
him?
nah, they stopped me, man. But
Oh.
literally, I just wanted to rap him so bad, you know what I'm saying? And just before that, when I came back, I bumped into one of my old associates, and he was asking me if I'm still working, and I was like, "Nah, don't do that no more," you know.
On about drugs and that
Drugs, like moves,
moves and that.
you know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? And I was like, "Nah." I met up with him, had a little drink and that. And the day that I walked off of this job, yeah, and I was like, "Raw, how am I gonna pay my rent? How am I gonna pay my?"
That's when he came about.
That's when he phoned me back.
Ah,
And he was
the
like,
devil.
yeah,
Yeah.
he was like, "You sure you don't want to come on this move?" And I was just like, just weighing up just what happened. And I was like, "Ah, then cool. Yeah, I'll come." Do you know what I'm saying? So,
Damn. Yeah.
went and lit the move. What was supposed to be there wasn't there.
What was it? Do you want to take us through it? Because this is the last one you went for, innit?
Yeah.
So do you want to talk us all the way through that? What were you meant to be grabbing? Was it
So,
food or was it like
It's supposed to be cash.
cash?
Yeah, it's supposed to be like 140 bags.
Yeah.
Cash. There weren't that. There was like 20 something racks.
Okay.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Just between you and your boy?
Three. It was
Three of you?
three people, yeah. 3 people. I got bagged.
You got bagged?
Yeah, I got bagged.
How did you get grabbed?
Burn a phone.
Oh, what the
Burn a phone. I bought a burner phone. Made a call on it. And the police tracked that call back to me.
cell site and that.
Yeah. So, and they found a couple of things that were linked to the scene as well, do you know what I'm saying? So, yeah, I just put my hands up and said, "Yeah, all right, cool, you got me," do you know what I mean?
What about your 2 boys? They didn't get grabbed?
Yeah, with my associates, nah, they didn't get grabbed.
Okay.
They didn't get grabbed.
That's nuts. So what was the thought process when you got nicked and you was in the police station after 13 years? Was you thinking like, you know, what was your thought process? Because I probably would have been regretful. Like, bro, I've kind of kept myself away for this for 13 years. Like,
I was screwing with myself because even a couple of days before, everything was telling me, "Don't do it."
your belly as well.
Yeah, my belly, like my gut was telling me, "Don't do it, man. Don't do it." And I weren't feeling too good either. You know what I mean? I was a bit sick.
Yeah.
And I guess greed, yeah,
Got the better of you.
got the better of me. And the quick fix, it wasn't even greed, it was just a quick fix. Do you
Yeah.
know what I mean? And it seemed simple enough. Do you know what I mean? The way that it was explained, you know? But it just didn't turn out that way. So
As well, would you agree that it's kind of like easy come, easy go?
1,000,000%.
Isn't that always the rule? Like,
1,000,000%.
I feel like that because I've had some big moves as well in the past, and like I found that every time I got money very easily like that, it just goes very easy like that, and you can't even really account for it. You don't know where
Yeah.
it's gone. It just goes like.
Yeah.
And if you work for your money, you kind of respect that money, and you know,
Yeah.
you might save it or you might invest it into something good or whatever. But a lot of people that I've spoken to have agreed with me when they say like, easy come, easy go. It's like a universal law, and it just
Yeah.
that's just how it is. Like everyone's got their demons. Like for me, I was getting like loads of money, but I was putting it into gambling and stuff like that. And I feel like if you work for that money and you put a lot of work in for this money, you're not gonna just throw it away gambling or whatever. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So yeah. So yeah, I don't watch that. But yeah, that's a bit nuts. So bam, you've been bagged, and then you've gone to court obviously after the police station.
Yeah. I'm on remand.
They reminded you. What
Yeah.
was the first? Talk me through the first night in being back after 13 years. Because me now, after all the time I've done, I couldn't even imagine being back in the cell now. You know, and I've only been out a year and a half. Do you know what I mean?
Do you know what? Even before I got to the cell, like, you know, you go through, you check your bags, you have to go and see the doctor, sit down with the doctor, and I'm telling the doctor my details, and he goes to me, asks me about my age, and I said to him like 34 or something like that, and he looked up to me and he was like, "What? What are you doing back in there at your age?"
Yeah.
And I just felt shame, man.
Shamed,
Do you know what I
innit?
mean?
Yeah.
I was like, "Wow." He's like, "In this full of kids, man." Like, and I kind of had to go back to my cell with that thought in my head. You know what I mean? And
Head
sit
down.
down and
Yeah.
look at the blue pillows. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Battered like half an inch big. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And like my battered mattress, and just be like, raw, my plastic cup and spoons and that, and be like, raw,
Oh, it's horrible.
I fucked up.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Horrible.
yeah. But
The thought process must be nuts. Like,
yeah, man, you go over in your head, what if I done this? What if I done
if
that?
I just moved left instead of right, I would have just.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? If my man didn't call me, and you know what I mean,
Yeah.
or you get me. Maybe it might have been a financial thing, but you could have thought like, what about if I don't know. There were so many different options that now seem to come about in hindsight,
Yeah.
rather than in the moment. You just kind of think.
You know what? There was worse things that were going on than that. Do you know what I mean? And when I look back at the situation, I feel like if it hadn't been that, it might have been something worse.
Yeah.
You know, because like I was in that fuck everything kind of mindset.
Yeah.
You know, so
Which is a good way to look at it. You know, I thought about it like that. I did think like what I got arrested for, I could have been charged for so many different things.
yeah,
You know, I felt like what I did actually get arrested for was something very light, even though I carried a big sentence. But like, I do think to myself, well, maybe it could have been a much worse situation, or maybe had I still been on road,
yeah,
I would have got a bigger sentence, you know, than what I've got now. This is just a little chill out, think about your life and start again kind of thing.
yeah,
So that does kind of help when you think of it like that. Because, you know, like you said, someone said to me one time, like, you know, you got a bird, but you could have been looking at a turkey. Do you know what I mean? Like, you could have been looking at a big bird, like, you know.
Could have got the ostrich.
Yeah, you could have got the ostrich,
Yeah.
Word. So it's like, you do kind of like, I don't know, compare it like that and just kind of make the best out of a bad situation.
Yeah.
So what sentence did you get for this one?
So I ended up getting a 10.
10 years?
Yeah, they gave me a 10, but they dropped it down to a 7 with a guilty plea.
Oh, you pleaded guilty?
Yeah.
So 7 years, that would have been your longest.
Yeah, that was my stiffest one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And did you ride it all, or did you go DCAT?
I went DCAT, man.
Oh, you went DCAT.
Yeah.
We'll get into that. But yeah, 7 years. Like, so let's talk about when the judge gave you 7 years. What was the thought process after that?
I was kind of happy.
Word?
Yeah. Yeah, because they were telling me like 14.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were telling me 14. And maybe down to a 10 for a
Yeah.
guilty plea. Do you know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah,
That's
yeah.
what they were telling me, because they were like, because I weren't talking about anyone else who was involved. Do you know
They
what I'm saying?
automatically got you as the leading role.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
exactly that, man. And the judge basically told me, I'm stinging you because you're not telling me who else is involved. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah.
So I took it, man. You know, I went back to my cell. I was happy.
You was happy,
I
yeah.
was happy.
Word.
Yeah, man.
And you say you was what, 34 at the time?
Yeah, I think so. 34.
Did the thought process come like? Because with me, I was 24 when I got arrested, 25 when I was sentenced,
Yeah.
and I knew I'd be coming out at my 30th. Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you think to yourself, I'm coming out like next door to 40?
Not even, you know.
No, you didn't think about your age, like.
Nah. The age thing didn't really hit me like that.
No?
I was just more like, gotta live this shit. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, and it was just more about shutting off from the outside world.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And
Yeah.
making this prison my home, my life.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Getting into that reality.
Yeah, exactly. And not concentrating on what's going on outside, because I weren't part of that world no more. Do you know what I mean? So I think it was just more around me trying to adjust to, this is my life, this is my routine, you know, just so I could deal with it mentally, if that
Yeah.
makes sense.
Yeah, no, I get that. I get
Yeah.
that still. What would you say on this sentence now? Because we're going to focus on this sentence.
Yeah.
What was your darkest memory in prison
Darkest memory in prison.
on this sentence? Or maybe even in any sentence, you know, because there could have been.
Nah, this one was pretty dark, man. I think while I was in one prison, 5 people died from spice.
Yeah,
Yeah.
happens.
One of my brethren got out and hanged himself within like 2 months. That killed me. Another one of my brethren got found dead in his cell.
Yeah,
Like,
overdose on spice.
don't even know what happened to him.
He was just
Don't know.
found dead.
Yeah, he just got found dead. But a lot of people overdosing on spice. People that I know were good people, like going on to spice as a coping mechanism.
Yeah,
Do you know what I'm saying?
yeah.
And
And I think in jail as well, like, when, like, spice is like, I think for a lot of people just coming into prisons, yeah,
mhm.
it's kind of sold to you like cannabis.
It is.
Yeah,
Like
so-
weed. Yeah.
Yeah, and then so like a lot of people think, oh yeah, it's a synthetic cannabis, da, 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 da. But little do they know it's a lot worse than that. I think nowadays there's a lot of videos going about of people
Yeah.
and spice, so people are more clued up to it. But them times 2016,
Mm-hmm.
it wasn't too bait, the whole spice thing. It was just a prison drug, and
Yeah.
now it's coming outside, but it was just a prison drug. And before 2016, it was like a DCAT drug because it couldn't be detected in
Mhm.
a drug test, you know. And yeah, I think a lot of people, I saw a lot of people dying. Like every other day you're getting like
Cold
a letter
blues.
under your door. Look, yeah, you had the cold blues and that,
Yeah.
but like you'd get the letter under your door like,
Yeah.
it's, you know, we're sad to say that Mr. So-and-so passed away
Yeah.
early hours of the morning, da, 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 da. And then loads of cold blues, loads of ambulances.
Yeah.
Do you think that's down to maybe, because I noticed that when they stopped selling tobacco, spice, like,
1,000,000%.
it's down to that, innit?
1,000,000%. And I think the reason why people were going over on it is because they didn't have no tobacco to mix
Smoke it with, yeah.
So
yeah.
they'll just smoke it neat.
Off the pipe, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You know? So yeah, that definitely drove it.
yeah.
And it also drove the price up, right?
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
contraband now, so
Yeah.
you're paying like £5-10 for a roll up.
For a roll-up, yeah.
Unless you know somebody, do you know what I'm saying? So, and then again, that just drives more debt.
Yeah. And then
Bullying.
more bullying,
Yeah, mental health issues.
Yeah.
You know, so
more
bad decision.
And then on top of that, it's not just that. And I hope like some people in the prison system might be watching this, because it's true, like the ban of tobacco made it contraband. then like for me when I was there, like a pack of tobacco, like a 25-gram pack, would be going for 500-600.
Yeah.
And it's a thing where you see someone might have bought like a £50 stick, can't pay for it, but then there's nowhere for that guy to really go like that, yeah. And like they've already bounced from wing to wing to wing, and there's nowhere. And then what ends up happening is that guy now has to carry out a hit,
Yeah.
and that hit might. So someone else might say I'm selling tobacco, someone might owe me money, and I'd be like, you know, if you want to squash your debt, then you got to take out my man, and then this guy's getting an extra charge. There's more violence in jail.
Yeah.
And I feel like, yeah, the ban of tobacco really made things much worse.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, yeah. So what you saying, you saw a few of your mates died inside?
Yeah, man. Yeah, that was the hardest for me, man, because I guess, you know, with like people dying and stuff, I don't have a lot of people dying around me like that. Like, do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it was kind of deep. You're talking to one guy about his dreams and his aspirations for when he gets out, and then the next thing he's gone. Do you know what I'm saying?
Word.
Like just meeting his family weeks before on like an open family day visit. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Playing with your kids, and you know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
And you're just like, raw. His life's gone now, man. This is
Yeah.
where it ended. And it had me thinking, like, what am I going to do with my life?
Yeah.
Is this what I want for my life?
Yeah.
In and out of here for the rest of my life. You know what I'm saying?
Word.
Yeah.
I feel that. What was the worst injury you've seen in prison, or the worst, not necessarily injury, maybe the worst attack, like the worst bit of violence you might have witnessed yourself or even heard of?
So when I went in on this sentence, I was in Elmley.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
What's that, next to Suicide?
yeah.
Yeah.
And remember, I ain't been in for 13 years or so. Yeah, they moved me on the induction wing, and then they're telling me that I'm going to some B wing. I can't remember if it was B2 or something like that. And I go on there, they put me away, come out on exercise, and there's like a gang fight.
Yeah.
In the yard, yeah.
Yeah.
Bare man's just shanking each other up, yeah. And I'm just standing there like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
I was just like, yo.
Is it just,
like,
why would...
it was just wow, man.
Yeah.
You know, and I was just like, wow, these youths, they don't care, man. Do you know what I'm saying?
And the screws ain't really trying to get involved like that.
They're not getting involved for nothing.
Yeah.
They're not getting involved for nothing until people come with their shields and shit. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, they're just normal people, you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's the thing. They're not Superman. Like, they want to go home and to their wives and their kids and shit. So, as much as some of them like to play the hero, like when the danger's going on, they ain't there. They ain't backing no one.
Yeah.
They're getting the fuck out of there.
Yeah, yeah, of
So,
course.
yeah.
Of course. So that was probably the maddest thing.
That was the maddest, yeah. I've seen man get their face smash open in the gym with weights and shit like that.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Joke in the shower.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've had a couple of attacks in the shower. Got beat with the broom snapping, I'm picking it up, I'm licking it back, it's snapping again until it's all about that big. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But nowadays it's a lot more violent than that, man. Like when I was I guess in my youth it was different. Now
yeah, I agree with that as well. I
it's
think
crazy now.
it has gotten worse.
Yeah.
I think kids just don't care as much.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
They're just fearless, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What would you say your proudest moment was in prison?
My proudest moment, I think is when my uncle and my sister come to a performance that I was doing in the prison.
What?
Yeah.
What type of performance was that?
So I done a play when I was in prison about Spice, and got some of the man them on in the jail to come and help with the acting and shit like that.
Yeah.
And it was sick still.
You wrote it up yourself?
Yeah, I wrote it myself. I was working with Dr. Sarah Lewis from Penal Reform Solutions in that prison, and she gave me like a brief that I got to make some kind of project that would bring the staff and the residents closer together. So I wrote this play about spice and the effects that it has on people in the wing, their families and stuff.
Yeah.
And it done pretty well. It done well. I got a scholarship out of it to university.
Yeah.
BBC wanted to come to the prison to see me.
Wow.
Guardian newspaper.
Wow.
I had like some people from like drama schools and stuff like that come
Yeah.
offer me a place when I got out. So I think that was kind of the spark that drove my journey, you know. And yeah, just kind of cemented in my mind what I wanted to do
When you
I
got out. Oh, that's crazy, man.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess when I done that, it had a big impact still on the prison. I think the spice use went down
Yeah.
militantly for about a month when I was there. A lot of people were like, "Well, I want to get involved. I want to help." You know, the governor. It was mad. The governor of the prison that I was in gave me permission to make a film in the prison.
Word.
Yeah. Like literally, he was like,
Why are
"Do you know
you
what?"
still incarcerated?
While I was still incarcerated,
Yeah.
and I had a director from Channel 4 come to the prison
Wow.
to
Yeah.
come and see me. Through Sarah, love Sarah.
Shout out Sarah
Yeah,
Lewis.
Dr. Sarah Lewis, Penal Reform Solutions.
Yeah.
Big things out here. But yeah, I turned it down.
Oh, you turned it down?
Yeah, I turned it down because he basically said to me that for this project to go forward, he'd have to have created control of the project.
Yeah. And you didn't want to give up that control.
I was like, this man's been doing this for 20 years, right?
Yeah.
This is my shot.
Yeah.
Me, he offered it to me.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? Like, so I said, no, I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to give him that because it's access. Like, you know about access,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
We all know about access, right?
Yeah.
So he just wanted my access and just to give me a little credit and present it as his great thing, you know? And I was
Yeah.
just like, nah, bun that. You're not doing that to me.
Yeah.
So,
Maximum respect for that as well, man.
yeah, it didn't happen. But I didn't give up, you know what I'm saying? Didn't
Carried
get
on.
up.
Obviously we're gonna get on to like everything you've done since you've been out because you've done loads. But before we get on to that, I want to ask about maybe relationships. How did you hang on to relationships while you was inside? Maybe with your, I don't know, did you get back in touch with your mum?
Nah, not even.
No?
Not even. I hadn't spoken to my mum since 2015.
Ah,
Yeah, when I was in the Caribbean. It weren't good. I went in the best place,
yeah.
you know. So yeah, I came back. 2018, my grandmother died.
Oh, sorry to hear that.
Yeah, and that was really hard, man. I loved her, man. She was like my mum. You know
Yeah,
what I mean? Like,
same.
had that relationship that you'd have with your mother, you know.
Yeah.
And I had to find out through somebody else. No one in the family contacted me, so that was kind of hard, you know, because
Wow.
my family ain't that close, you know. So yeah, my bird was hard. I had to rough it out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
There weren't no visits. There weren't no cards on birthdays, Christmas. I'd get a couple of visits by my oldest brother. Big up, Steve. Yeah. Always send me a little 50 quid here and there, or write me a letter. Come and see me every 6 months. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And
But
those little things I want to say as well, like a letter. I know people don't write letters nowadays, but see on your birthday, you know, your birthday can come and just a card coming underneath the door. It goes a long way, man.
you know, I remember I used to go downstairs, right, and they're giving out the mail.
Yeah.
And it's the worst feeling. You're sitting there, like,
'Cause
you're standing there, yeah, and they're calling out everybody's names, and you're looking. Nah, not for you, Stevens. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, especially on those occasions, do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'll be having man inside giving me Christmas cards and shit like that, do you know what I mean? And my family outside, they doing that, you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's painful.
Yeah, so, but it kind of makes you realise, though, innit? Like, when you're on road and you're popping, everybody wants to be your friend.
Yeah.
Everybody wants to be your friend. But as soon as you're gone, they're on to the next one.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Word.
Like, there's only a few, I guess, real people, like, that will stand by you and give you that support while you're away.
Yeah.
You know, everyone else, they just move on. And I think that shows you who you really got in your life when you're going through these things. You know what I mean?
I do agree that in prison, or even it don't have to just be prison, but whenever you're going through the hardest situation or you're struggling in life, that's when you're gonna really see who your friends are or who your loved ones are.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people just end up disappearing when you're when you're going through the hardest points in your life.
Yeah.
So for me, prison was a real eye opener to like who was actually there and who was not there.
Same.
And I've just kind of carried that outside with me. So I only keep in contact with a couple people now, rather than the vast amount of friends that I used to have before.
Same as that.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah. So what you saying with your relationships?
My relationships were very distant.
Yeah.
Like I said, I kind of just got into my jail and try not to have too much contact with outside because it made it easier.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? I'd phone, like, I've got young kids in the Caribbean. I'd phone them once a month. And I'd phone my eldest son who lives in the UK, his mom, once a month.
Yeah.
And it'd always be a madness. Every time I phoned her, she'd be like, can't find him, friend's been stabbed.
Wow. Yeah.
Always some kind of madness going on.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He's been caught in country food. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, he's gone into care himself.
Do you know what's nuts? It's like you've gone through all of that, and then it's just kind of your son's going through the same thing.
And that broke my heart. And I was like, raw, I've let him down, man. What kind of role model am I? Do you know what I'm saying?
I heard that.
And like, the day that I got nicked, he was at the yard when, like,
and you see you get arrested.
like 20 feds come storm the gaff. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, they got the riot van backed up to the flat door, so as soon as they take you out, you're in the back of the riot van. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then just watching him, like, watch me getting carted off, and then that being the last time he sees me for a good couple of years. You know, I think, how old was he? He must have been about, I don't even know now, 14?
14, yeah.
15, something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's definitely would have been traumatic for him to see.
Yeah.
You know, that's definitely a memory that's going to stay with him, you know.
Yeah, man.
But obviously we're here now, you know, and we can't really change the past, but we can change the future.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So moving on now, how did you end up getting DCAT? Could you explain what DCAT is for those that don't understand, and explain how you ended up managing to get it? I can already see that you've done a lot of good work in prison, so that's probably why.
Yeah, so DCAT is basically the lowest security category for prisons. So it's basically semi-open conditions where you can go out and work, you can go on town visits, and you can go and spend a few days at your family's house.
Yeah.
So it's funny because when I was in Catsy, I had it so nice. I had my single cell, my shower in my cell.
Yeah.
I got to a place where I was nice, I was comfortable.
Yeah.
You know, I was working with Dr. Lewis in the prison. Life was good.
Yeah.
It was good, yeah. I had the freedom to do what I wanted, you know.
Was you a rep or a listener or something?
Nah, well, not even. I was a growth rep. That's what
yeah.
I was, yeah, on a growth project with Dr. Lewis. And the staff knew what I was about. So I could basically go anywhere. You know what I'm saying? I'll get asked to get let off the wing. They just let me go.
That's called red band, isn't it? Is that when you're allowed to go on any wing?
Yeah. But I didn't have a red band.
Oh.
They just say, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I swear it was nuts. It was nuts, man. I remember they were spinning the wing one day, early morning, the whole wing. And two women come in my cell and they're going, hi, Cam, you all right?
Yeah.
We thought we'd come and see you because we don't want to mess up your room.
Yeah.
You know? How's your play going? When's it ready? Like, I guess they just saw that I wasn't on no bullshit.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? I just wanted to do my thing and go home.
I respect that, man.
So
Because it's like very different, I guess, from the usual interviews that I do. A lot of people doing a bit of a time end up getting drawn into the bullshit, what comes with prison. Me, myself, I was involved in a lot of the bullshit in prison, you know. That's even how I started Delinquent Nation. I did it off my phone, you know. I was involved in the bullshit. But it's very rare that we get the perspective of someone that's actually kept his head down and managed to make a difference while still in prison. Like it seems like you knew, but I think that probably comes with maybe being a bit more mature.
yeah, I think I was at that point in my life, man. I was like, even in 2016, I was at a point like, I need to go and make something of myself.
Yeah.
And that's what I wanted to do, but I fucked up.
Yeah. Word.
Do you know what I'm saying? I made a bad mistake. I made a bad choice, and there's consequences to every choice that you make.
Yeah.
You know, and that's what I got. You know, I got a jail sentence out of it. But my thing was like, what am I going to do in this time that I'm away? How am I going to prepare myself and make this time useful for my development, for me? You know, I went and done bricklaying, got my level 2 bricklaying. I was a bricklaying mentor.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So I teach the man them how to lay bricks. One of my brethrens come out before me, and he's supervisor on the site now. He's on like $250 a day, and he's like,
Yeah.
"That's you, bro. You help me on that." Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I just try to use my time and not just sit there and bun and tell war stories and.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? Like, I've done that all my life, man. I'm tired of that now. I don't
Yeah.
want to hear it. I just don't want to be involved.
It gets
so.
tiring,
Yeah,
innit?
yeah, jarring, man. Tell me something positive.
Yeah.
Tell me something about business. Teach me something that I don't know.
Yeah.
Don't tell me who the biggest plug is in the jail. And do you know what I mean? Because
who's putting in this work? Who's putting in that work?
you know, like, I just didn't have time for that, man. I just didn't want to know. So I found a few people in there who were on what I was on. Do you know what I'm saying? That wanted to come out and do something positive. And, you know, I've always been told, surround yourself with positive people that are going in the same direction as you.
Yeah.
And you're going to get there.
Yeah.
You know? But if you're surrounding yourself with bare bullshit, then, like, that's all you're going to get. You're going to get caught up in bare bullshit, you know? So I guess it's about just standing on your own 2 feet. Do you know what I mean?
Word.
Yeah. But that's hard in jail, though.
Yeah.
It's hard because I see people, they come in and they feel like they have to follow the crowd, otherwise... Like, you're not one of the man them, do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But the thing is, people respect you for being in your own lane as well.
Yeah, of
you
course.
know, you don't need to get caught up in shit.
Yeah, exactly. And if you keep your head down and, you know, you just do your own thing, you will get that respect, you know?
Yeah.
People would, like, leave you to do your own thing because that's what you be doing, innit?
Yeah, yeah.
But yeah, so the people that you linked up with, the positive people, I know right now you're working with them.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you've created something really big, you know. And I think we'll get on that in just a second. Yeah, I just want to probably talk about your last day, your last night in prison, the thought process.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. And what was going through your head? What was you preparing yourself for? And, you know, how it felt. If you could talk us through that.
Yeah, so while I was in DCAT, I done my, Open University course to get the grade that I needed to go to university, because when I was away, head of drama at ITV wrote me a letter saying that I've got mad potential, just need brushing up on my skills and I could go far in this industry, and that's the film industry.
Yeah.
So her brother works at Basketball University, and he came to the university, not the university, the prison, to come and see me to talk about university. And so yeah, he sent off my play to her, and she wrote back feedback and stuff, you know what I mean? And I was like, wow, I've got people from the BBC or ITV emailing me, do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like all these universities and stuff, like. So, you know, when I sorted all that out and I knew I had a placement, my last night, like, you do your ritual, innit?
Yeah.
Give away all your things, you go and see all your people, them, do you know what I mean? like that you kind of built up a bond with and stuff like that.
Give out a number.
Yeah, give out all my numbers, gave away certain things to certain people. Do you know what I mean? One knew he had nothing. I gave him my Xbox. He was gassed.
Yeah, wicked.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah. And packed up my shit. Unpacked it, packed it up again. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, I was just in the cell, like, what am I doing? Listening to my music. Everything was packed apart from my stereo.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? And
because you was leaving that behind anyways.
Yeah. So, yeah, man, I just chilled, meditated, listened to my music. Phoned my brother about 100 times. You make sure you're gonna be there, you know.
Yeah.
Don't be late. I know what you're like, man. You're black. You're just always long. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. And in the morning, it must have been about 5 o'clock. I was up with the sun.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying?
But as the sun,
it's like July.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? July 2020, 10th of July 2020, and I'm up. And after 6 o'clock, you can walk around the DCAT.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? So I got up, made my cup of coffee, my last cup, smoked a little burn.
Yeah.
And I just started doing laps.
Just walking around.
laps. And then I started seeing, man, when they're going to get their meds and stuff like that in the morning. Everyone's just like, yo, look after yourself out there. Go and be a film director.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Certain of my man, them are like, yeah, go and get it. Do you know what I'm saying? So, my brother was late.
Yeah.
No, like, he was mad late. I was pissed. I swear down, proper pissed. I had to literally watch everybody else leave. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's a bit. So that's a bit mad because, like, I know in closed conditions, like C cats, B cats, whatever, when you get released, you do need someone to be there to pick you up.
Yeah.
Or get like a taxi to the train station.
Yeah.
But I didn't think it would be the same for DCAT because they're already releasing you. Do you know what I mean?
Now you need somebody to pick you up and take you from there, or you go on the bus to the train station. You know. So I watched all the people jump on the bus and bounce.
Yeah.
And I'm still there like, you motherfucker, man. And he pulls up, he gets out, we have a big hug, slap it in the car, and I say, get me out of here, man.
Word. Yeah.
And he just zinged it down the motorway, and I just pulled out my phone, gave him my phone. So I didn't even have a tech in there, man. I was like, I don't even want the bullshit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Respect, man.
Fuck all of that, man.
Not risking nothing.
Nah, man. I was so close to what I wanted, and I got to DCAT to go and do what I needed to do to forward myself when I got out.
Yeah,
you know. Yeah. So, and obviously, pandemic.
So that's what I was gonna get onto as well. 'Cause I got released. You got out July. Yeah. I got out 2 months later, September, and I got released into the pandemic. Yeah. And my next question to you is, like, what is freedom to you? Because to me, everyone's like, when I came out, everyone's like, we're locked down. You know what I'm saying? They got us banged up. They got us like prisoners.
Yeah, I was like, whole lot. It's not nice, right?
But it's, when you come out, it's freedom, innit? It's not a lockdown.
I was happy.
Yeah.
Happy to be able to walk down the street. I had nothing. I come out with £40 like everybody else. You know what I'm saying? And I come out to my brother's sofa.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I come out and I was like, little bro, put me up, you know?
Yeah.
But he helped me with my university and stuff like that. Do you know what I mean? Like, when I was in DCAT, he'd do all my applications for me, let me know when I'm getting responses. Yeah. Like, he knew what I was on when I come out, you know? So he was like, no problem. But yeah, it was fucking...
Was it nuts seeing everyone walk around with their masks?
It was like, man, got into a zombie movie.
Yeah, Twilight Zone.
Going to the train station, there's nobody about, and all you're hearing is the tannoy saying, please keep yourself safe by social distancing, you know? And I was just like, what the hell? Like, is the world gonna end?
Yeah,
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But
very strange, isn't it?
Yeah, I linked up with one of my pals. And like, he got me a job straight away on site.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So yeah, I done that for 2 months and then I bounced from there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then, how did you come about with Flickto now? Because this is what you now do, and you know, you and a few people have managed to create something amazing and do very well at it. How did that come about? If you want to tell us about Flickto.
So I was fortunate enough to, I guess, surround myself with the right people, and a opportunity to be a part of a blockchain startup. And if people don't know what blockchain is like Web 3.0, like the newest version of the internet.
Yeah.
So
Crypto and things like this.
crypto, yeah. So basically crypto. So I just done what I do, man, you know, and tried to bring something to the table. And the director at the time liked what I bought, and he said to me that he wants to make me a co-founder of the company.
Yeah.
So I accepted, and I guess the rest is history.
History,
We're
yeah.
here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe briefly, do you want to explain what it is you do? Because
Yeah.
I know I want to, I can declare now you guys have invested in me
Yeah.
as a company, you know, and you're bringing me up to do certain things, and, you know, we've got big opportunities going on,
Mm-hmm.
you know.
Yeah.
So other than, because I'm your first, I don't know, what would you call it, media investment?
I'd say you're our first media project that we're incubating.
Yeah.
Yeah, media business that we're incubating, yeah. So
Yeah.
we're giving you support
Yeah.
to make sure that you're successful
Yeah.
and that you can grow and scale your company.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is going well, you know. Appreciate the support, man.
Mm-hmm.
And we've been working well. But what else is it that you guys do? Because I know I'm on the media side, but you guys
Yeah.
are heavily involved in crypto.
Yeah, so what Flickto is a Cardano-based media launchpad.
Yeah.
So what we do is we help creatives with funding and with production support. We launched the project in first of November 2021.
Yeah.
And I think within 8 weeks we raised £1 million
Yeah.
through crypto.
Yeah.
Fast forward 3 or 4 months later, we have 50-person office in Basingstoke, 35 employees internationally, a growing business based on the blockchain. Yeah.
Yeah.
So we got our own cryptocurrency called Flick,
Yeah.
and by purchasing Flick, you are entitled to vote on the projects that get placed onto our platform.
Right.
And if that project is successful, you will get a share of the distribution royalties earned from that project.
Okay.
So it's something that hasn't been done before. A lot of people are very interested in what we are doing. A lot of people or creatives come across the same problem in the industry, which is funding or fair access. There's usually a few gatekeepers that, unless your face fits,
Yeah.
or you know somebody, you're not going to get a look in. With this platform, we basically let the community of investors and I guess content supporters dictate what gets funded,
Yeah.
right? So it's just basically decentralizing the model.
Yeah. Yeah.
I guess the best way you can think of it is like maybe X Factor.
Oh yeah.
You know, Simon Cowell would put the artist in front of the public.
Yeah.
The public would choose or vote on what artist they like, and then by the end of it, that person has become a global sensation because the public have voted for him.
Yeah.
They're backing him. They're supporting him. They're gonna go out and buy the records
Yeah.
and the merchandise and go to all the concerts. So it's the same kind of format, but where the public, because they vote, actually get a return on that investment.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wicked. I don't mean to put it on you, but what is it that you saw in Delinquent Nation?
What did I see in Delinquent Nation? I saw myself.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I saw a guy that has lived experience come out and try and make something of himself.
Yeah.
And, you know, I'm a prison reformer myself. I came out and went straight back into prisons within 6 months.
Yeah.
So
To work.
to work
Yeah.
with the same people that were locking me up,
Yeah.
right, on organizational growth and culture. And the prison that I've been working in has come from the bottom 5. And last I heard, it was like mid-table in 18 months. So there's a lot of great progress there. But when I heard about you and that you're in this space as well, I was like, this link up has got to happen.
Yeah.
I'm not going to tell the guys what we got going on just yet.
Yeah, we got loads going on though.
Yeah, there's a lot of things coming up real soon, but you guys are going to get kept in the loop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wicked, man. Lastly, because, you know, you've done amazing things since you got out. I think you'll be an inspiration to loads of people that maybe, because there's people that are in their 20s that's maybe gone away for like a few years and they think, oh, my life's over, I can't get employed, and they can't make it, you know. And I think myself, for someone that's spent 10 years myself, you've done a lot of years in jail yourself, and to come out and do something positive rather than going back to what you know best.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's like the message here is like, you know, you don't have to be that. Do you know what I mean? Like, you know, like, don't be that statistic. You can switch it up, you know, and it doesn't matter what point in life you're at.
Yeah.
But you can switch it up, you know, and life can work for you. But my last question I want to ask you is, what advice do you have for your younger self, and advice that you would give to younger kids, or even, you know, just men in general, women that are finding themselves in bad situations, and what advice do you have for them to be able to make it right?
I guess for my younger self, my advice would be quit while you're ahead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Word.
Quit while you're ahead, because there was great opportunities that I had when I was younger, even though that I wasn't on the right path. But I guess I didn't know when to quit.
Yeah.
You know?
I think a lot of people find themselves in that situation.
So yeah. And to the youth, I guess what I'd say to the youth right now is, you are the creator of your own destiny. Like, nobody can stop you from achieving what you want to achieve apart from yourself. And with the right mindset, you can do anything. So that's what I'd want to say.
Maximum respect, man. Cam, thank you for coming on.
My brother.
Come on, bro. Yeah, thank you for coming down. Delinquent Nation, Prison Diaries.